Hey there, I'm Kid Wilder. Now, I could lie to you and say that we're going to attempt to achieve any of the tasks that I've been giving myself the last 2 videos, but I won't do that to you. Instead, I'll just hope I actually follow through with at least one of my tasks that we've kind of discussed before. See, we've got a root cellar. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. A tomb. Each time you draft a dead end in your house, spread 5 gold in the tomb. Shrine. Make an offering and receive a blessing. I want to see what this tomb's all about. Nice, dark, ominous feel. Doesn't really look like anything's down here. Luckily, it seems to consider all of this one room. And there's some money. Each of our journeys come to a conclusion here in the tomb. This floor plan is the definitive dead end. Where is it? I guess there's not much else in here. I'm gonna check all these other pathways just to see. Open only in the event of my death. Simon. So here's where it all ends, at least for me. Of all the picturesque places of this grand estate, I chose this dreary, dank dungeon to be laid to rest. And that same dim, somber fate fell upon my father and his father before him, who loved the outdoors even more than myself. They say there is no stronger bond of servitude than tradition. And family tradition, thrice as strong. These are chains that seldom bend and never break. And I do wonder what plans and prospects of yours will be sacrificed upon the family font of convention. What biography of your own will you forsake to add another page to your father's memories, or your mother's, or mine? In our youth, we are gifted with dreams and ambitions. At our death, we are left with realities and regrets. I think there is no greater sin than to perpetuate tradition that stagnates growth, that strangles purpose, that suffocates dreams. What point is there to live another life at the sake of our own? Oh, how I wish to have been buried underneath the great oak overlooking the plains, the wondrous woods, and the worldly mountains, and the wild holly that surrounds that trunk, a perpetual token of sympathy laid across my grave. What dreadful tradition is it that dumped me in this sunless hollow? And if by morbid example this dark crypt makes any impression whatsoever on you, if reading this letter within these damp halls plants in you a seed of hope, if these words might grant you strength to bend if not break these chains, then would I cherish this tomb more than oak and sycamore and spruce, more than the wondrous woods and worldly mountains. This cold stone room would become the most cherished place in all our domain. I would have you raise a shrine upon this spot, commemorate the moment of your liberty, to treat this sepulchre as hallowed ground, to realize that grand gesture can be as effective as they are theatric. And two, in turn, As recompense for the freedom thus granted you, commit yourself to be buried here within this mausoleum of dreams, and when the day comes to write your own letter, to inspire the next generation that follows in our footsteps, as is tradition, Herbert S. Sinclair. I at least got 5 coins from all of that. Now, hopefully I can generate the magnifying glass. There I go saying it again. I need to stop speaking that out into the world. What? Oh, I got my allowance. Mr. Simon, good morning. It has come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance used while on the estate. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there is anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you I am still personally overseeing that the estate is at least operating at a baseline standard of service that I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Ann Babbage, House Manager. So there's something about a face and an ace. There's the ace. There's the face. So it's actually a theme that they came up with in that study. Or whichever room it was. I want to do the storeroom so we can get the key and stuff. I could do the guest room and get 10 extra steps. Parlor would keep us from dead ending. Do the parlor so we can maybe get a couple gems. Statement on one of the other 2 boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. Every box contains gems, and if you replaced every, it'd be this box contains gems. Every box is black, replace it with this box is black. So I'm assuming that means this one here has the gems. Do a den, get another gem, and split off both directions. I'm not seeing any hidden items in the room. Let's go see this nursery. It keeps popping up. Okay, I don't see anything of import in here. There's coal in a car. Minecart in a car. And there's a gem. There's the book. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies, and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? One that made him happy whenever he was sad. A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It's the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. As you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about our red prince and his book, the red book we just read. So that was the book that I think my character's mom wrote. If I have my information correct. I don't see anything else in the nursery. But that nursery had an ability. Whenever you draft a bedroom, you gain an additional 5 steps. So every bedroom now will give me 7 instead of 2. Yeah, I do the passageway or the courtyard. What is that? A metal detector? So I have a higher chance of finding keys and coins. I need a shovel just to be able to do these 2 dig spots. I'm gonna go back to the main room. We're gonna go the other direction. There's the commissary, which would give us access to some stuff. I don't really see anything in here. And we're not on day 20 or 21. Of course, the day I have all my stuff, there's no magnifying glass in the commissary. I guess if I can get one more coin, I'll come back and see what those running shoes do. Got a ivory dye. Got the shovel. I guess the metal detector kind of alerts me that there's items in the area. Okay, so that dig spot was empty. Is there anything in this dig spot? I got a silver key, which can come in handy. Okay, so if we do the bedroom, it'll run me off a different direction. I don't remember what the 5th one is for the observatory. I want to redraw floor plans because I need to hold on to that one gem so I can potentially generate the rooms that I'm looking to get. Let's do the bedroom so we can get another 7 steps. We got a locked trunk, but we don't have a key for it or the sledgehammer. I'll have to come back for that. There's the security room. I do not see any. I saw something else hanging up there. Yeah, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I missed 10 coins, which I think is in the mausoleum. So I could actually run out of here, go to the mausoleum, get the 10 coins from that, come back in, get the running shoes. I may have to go do that. Did not mean to click that one again. to the keycard system. We're gonna adjust the keycard level to high, offline mode to unlocked. And I think I'm going to run all the way back to the mausoleum, and we're gonna get the coins out of the mausoleum before we get too far into the manor proper, and that way I can buy the running shoes and see what they do, because I'm hoping that they help with steps, because I'm not sure exactly what they do. How to find the money in here. Okay, so that's all the money that's in here. I guess it all spawns on that same spot. Gotta run back in to go see what the running shoes do. And I might have enough money to buy something else, or I can hold off on buying things. Sledgehammer, that was the other thing. I do not have enough for it. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the estate and grounds. Oh, I do have enough for a sledgehammer. And shatter padlocks on a locked trunk. And then I am broke. Oh, I have 1 coin. See what's in this trunk. Got some lockpicks. Now we have a lockpicks and a silver key. And it looks like the running shoes saved us on that one. Okay. Making sure I actually did get everything. And that side's a dead end, so that means we have to go out this way. Hey, there's the boiler room again. So we've got the hallway. I think that's where we're gonna have to go. I want to save that die. I wonder if there's an actual puzzle associated with the paintings. And do the storeroom and just get key, gem, and coin. I could do the pantry and get 4 coins and still have a way out. I think I'm going to do the pantry. There's an apple here. And coins. We got the observatory again, but I cannot do anything with it. We have the nook. I'll go ahead and do the nook so we can get the key. Hey, we just found the magnifying glass. All right, so now we just need the breaker, utility closet. Or I guess breaker box, and the rumpus room. We don't need the rumpus room. I have not seen the rumpus room before. I'm gonna do the library because there was a thing that I had reserved, a book that I had reserved in here. EPCW Pump System User Manual. Simon P. Jones. The EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor in-ground swimming pool and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or a good old-fashioned swimming pool. So it's a manual for this pump control, which allows for me to adjust various things. Like it says something about pool, whether you're using a single tank system or an array of pumps. The water control panel serves as a central hub to your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs, one button for each different water source on the estate. So you could pump water from one area to another. I also have a switch to switch which direction the pump is going. A lot of this could be very useful stuff, especially if I ever manage to actually unlock the pool. I've seen it once, but I never got to unlock it. And there hasn't been anything up here, but I'm going up here anyway just to see. Still have to see my shame of that one parlor. The scrapbook. Sadly, I can't really see anything on that. I imagine it's on the tree. Yeah, I can never pass up the utility closet. Made 0 contraptions. Sledgehammer apparently is my largest purchase. Because the passageway requires so many gems. And usually I am lacking in gems whenever it spawns in. Okay, so we've got... I can keep going up from the library. Or I can go down to the hallway and go back over. I think I'm going to keep going up from the library. See what's up here. You can either use the lockpick kit, the silver key, or regular key. I'm going to try the lockpick kit. Did not pick the lock. I use the silver key. That way I can ensure I have multiple rooms that can kind of branch off. Got the dining room or conference room. Probably should have done the conference room, because I wonder if all the coins that are supposed to be going to the tomb and the dead end actually would get pulled into the conference room. See if the lockpicks work. I can do the chapel, or I can do a storeroom. I'm gonna redraw and hope for the best. There's the dark room. Now I just need the utility closet. We'll come back to this one. Come on, lockpicks. This is my one key. I could do a guest bedroom, get 15 steps, do a spare room, and get a path through. Let's go on through. There's an item in here somewhere. Where's the item at? Oh, it's a coin right here on the floor. Wonder how often that coin's been there. Can't do either of those, so I guess I'm gonna have to do a dead-end storeroom. Got another coin. Key. And a gem. Don't have anything else in here. There's the little drawing right there. I think that's it. We're gonna run back down to the hallway. We're gonna go off of there and hope that we can get the utility closet. The one thing that's holding us back right now. Went the wrong way. The office, chapel, or corridor. We'll just do the corridor because it's going to be a straight shot anyway. And there's another coin. I wonder how many actual coins we pass up. We got the breaker box. Turn key card system off. Turn dark room back on. Gymnasium off. We're going to turn the garage on. Okay, we're 6 rooms in. We can get up to this one here. Guess food at the dining room. Then maybe we can run out and get the code today. Or maybe a tomorrow thing. I did do that right. Yeah. I know there's supposed to be a puzzle for the vac system, but I do not know what it is. The dark room, here we are. Okay. 11:28. So now we have that information. See if we can find anything else in here. There's a photo. Don't see anything immediately in this. There's a... Hey, there's Jim. There's a photo in here somewhere of a guy that had a paper. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. Never really noticed the design on the sideboard. Okay, let's try to get up here. Come on, lockpick. Mage chamber. If I do the greenhouse, it's going to dead end me. If I do the furnace, it's definitely going to dead end me. Mage chamber, I think, is the only thing I can do. Even though it means I'm going to lose out on a bunch of items. But I do get an extra 5 steps because it counts as a room. I wasn't able to pick that lock. I have no keys. The commissary only has gems in it. I mean, I can go get money from the tomb, but it won't do me any good. It'd just be gems. Gonna run back towards the security room. We're gonna check to see what the loss is, if I actually missed anything. Yeah, I've got 10 coins back in the tomb, which does me very little good. We do have steps. I'm gonna use them. We're gonna go get that orchard. Oh, was it down or was it across? It's across, I think. I do like that the sneakers have actually been pretty decent. It saved me a couple of steps. Did we see this before? I don't remember that being there. There's the orchard. Yeah, see, the tree's chopped down so you wouldn't be able to see it. It was 1128. Now we got the apple orchard. I got an extra 20 steps. So every day I'll have an extra 20 steps because of the apple orchard. Don't really see anything out here. Where are you? There's a sundial. Not a lot just sitting in here, but there's a book. Gardener's Logbook. April 10th, 1992. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes on, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few days of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nogula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. So there are very specific locations that some of these seem to spawn at. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundkeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. Survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty teaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. I suspected the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and among the flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. So this spot right here is always going to be barren ground. These corners, most of them, not all of them, that top right corner is always going to be rich soil. Not too bad. I just got to remember never to do a green room on that spot. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard smudge pot. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orenda currently in the cloister with the much more appropriate angel, Rhina. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner guard, and I'm too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rhina's depiction in the chapel. So that was where that statue was, in the middle of that kind of courtyard area that had the dig spot that I could not access in a previous video. I'm wondering if there actually is a way to get in there. That was a lot of information. And I guess I'm just gonna go get the money. I don't think it'll do me any good. I don't see how I could continue on. I need a key and I don't have a key. And from what I remember, the commissary only had gems. So I'm thinking that I might be done. We're gonna continue to see just what all I can actually do. Because I think I have 10 coins down in the tomb. I'm really enjoying these running shoes. Okay, so we've got our money here. And occasionally the running shoe symbol will pop up on the screen and it's like, oh, you didn't use a step today. So I get to actually hold on to a lot of my steps. And I wonder if there's a trick to it. You actually have to be running. Yeah, see, I just got gems. I can get 4 gems or I can buy 1 gem. And that's the most money I've ever had. See. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else as far as keys. That mage chamber with its lock that I was not able to pick. It's kind of got me stuck. But we're going to call it apart here. I think we found out a lot of information. We've got extra steps now. Every day we get at least an extra 20 steps. So we'll be starting with 70 steps instead of 50. And as you saw on the previous video, that can come in pretty handy. But I hope you join me next episode.